Hi everyone and welcome to Priscilla Reads. So I'm a little late today with my April TBR, but only like a couple days, right? It's fine. I hesitated in making this because I usually don't really stick to a TBR. If you don't know what TBR means, to be read. But yeah, I have an idea in mind of what books I want to read, but I usually don't make a list and stick to that because I'm a very big mood reader. So I may pick up a book one day, read a couple chapters, and then the next day I'm in a completely different mood, and then I don't pick up that book again for another week, month, whatever it is. But there are some books that I do want to get to this month. So let's start off. I have my cute little frilly spring outfit with my little earrings, even though it's like 38 degrees outside and raining. What are you gonna do? That's Massachusetts for you. So this month's list includes 8 books. 3 of them are novellas, and then 5 are regular books. So for the novellas, I finished, quote unquote, I finished the main novels of the Lady Julia Gray series, but there are 3 novellas that I want to read, and they're on my Kindle, by the way. First is Silent Night, then Twelfth Night, and then Bonfire Night. And I do want to make a video especially about that series because it's one of my favorite series. If you don't know anything about it, it's sort of like a Victorian, well, it is. It's a Victorian time era book. And it's like mystery, but it's also very like prim and proper. But there's a twist and it's just great, and you should definitely read it. But I'll make a video about all of my favorite series that I think are underrated, and that's definitely going to be on it. The next book I want to read is the second book in the His Dark Materials series, and it's The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. I read the first book. I still need to make a review video for that. So I read the first book for the Sword and Laser podcast. I liked it. I rated it 4 stars. I really liked it. So I'm continuing on with the second book. And I just love these covers. And then the next book I want to read, I also read the first Harry Potter book for the Sword and Laser podcast. Of course, I have read it in the past. It wasn't my first time reading it, but it inspired me to continue on with the series. So I'm now on to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I'm so excited because I think I only read the third and the rest of the series one time. So I'm so excited for that. And then I'm also listening to an audiobook that I got from the library, and it's Jenny Lawson's Let's Pretend This Never Happened. And I'm a few chapters in, not loving it so far. I did really enjoy her second book, so I read her second book first. I forget what it's called now. Oh, Furiously Happy. Yeah, I read that book. I really, really liked it, but this one I'm not super into it, but it's good enough that I want to continue. And then I'm also reading Charlene Harris's Dead as a Doornail. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. This is the 5th novel in the Southern Vampires series, or the Sookie Stackhouse series. I love this series. It's so good. And this book is, so it's, Sookie, if you don't know, she's the main character. She's a waitress in the South. And it's in a world where vampires have come out of the coffin. So everyone's dealing with that, and everyone's okay with it, but obviously there are issues. And in this book, there is a sniper that's shooting changelings, so like werewolves, shapeshifters, that kind of thing, and she needs to figure out who's doing it. But there's a twist in there, and I don't want to give too much away because since it's the 5th novel, I don't want to have any spoilers. The next book I want to read is Caitlin Doughty. I think it's Doughty. She has a YouTube channel. She's awesome. And it's called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory. I love My Favorite Murder. It's a podcast. And it just really got me in the mood to read this. Think of that what you will. But yeah, I'm super into it. And then this next book, I'm going to be reading this book for a year. It's Dan Jones, The Plantagenets. So I love it. It's really interesting, but it's not an easy read. Like, I can't just pick it up and it's heavy. And I also like to really think and try to remember things, and that's tough. So then, I read a couple chapters or a chapter and I'm like, okay, I need to go back to my fun books. So that is my crazy TBR. I probably won't get to everything. I definitely will not finish The Plantagenets. But I hope to at least read all the novellas, finish The Subtle Knife, and Harry Potter. So those are the books that I plan on reading for April. Leave a comment below and let me know what your books are. If you have a massive TBR like I do. I guess it's not that massive. It could be worse. See you in the next video. Bye.